Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for more Apollo Justice. So, let's get going here. Time to take on, what's his name? Darian. Darian Crescent. There, that's his name. July 10, 1:40 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Apollo, I can't believe it. It really happened during the second act. And right in the middle of Lamiar's performance? Why? She was in the air vent. And that switch and the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. I assume it's Apollo. I knew you had what it took. Yep, there it is. Ah, Daddy. Mr. Wright. You believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than, say, hiya. Why do I even bother hoping? Hey, he picked Apollo in the first place, didn't he? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Lettuce, only shorter and not as well dressed? Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy? Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. Huh? What? Good luck. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machi Tabier off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Darian Crescent. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our diva divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch? A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things, the flaming guitar too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky? Emma? Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! Oh, the switch! That's where we found that little device thingy. Right, this. Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense. So, it set off a firecracker. Then who shot Lettuce? That's all for me, I suppose. See after the verdict, maybe. Right. Every man has an igniter inside him. Excuse me? Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off. And he walked out the door just like that. Just like a magician. Normally. What? What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. I think Machi's one needs to hang in there. July 10, 1:55 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Here we go.
Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescend?
In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time.
Very well.
Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darian, was the first detective I ever worked with. We started working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. For it.
Very well. Call the final witness to the stand.
Final.
Detective Darian Crescend.
Name and occupation, please. A second, checking something. Okay.
Darian Crescend, Detective, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here.
The situation's changed, Darian. And don't call me partner.
So much for old friends.
I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecutor. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial?
Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. May begin with your response to Lamio's testimony. If in fact you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Bergonia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice.
Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. Well, his special power. Ends rebuttal.
The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man.
Unless he set the firecrackers. What if he set up the firecrackers for later? He could have set up the firecrackers. Oh! The firecrackers went off during the third set. He was too busy pushing it while playing the guitar. That's why he made a mistake in his playing. There it is.
So you claim Lamio's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. But she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just 'cause she's blind.
You go too far, Darian.
Look, all I'm saying is, you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
He didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. I can't do this with Lamier's testimony alone. I have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. I have guesses. Cross-examination, Darren's rebuttal. Press. You don't have any proof she was lying.
Oh yeah, kid? You say I lied?
No, I was just saying, Apollon glared back at him. I couldn't help it. I flinched my reflex.
Detective Crescend! Yeah, what do you want?
Nothing. Apollo, chin up. Back straight, you're wilting. This guy's hard as nails. He makes Wonky look downright cooperative.
Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice.
You never talked to her, even though you were playing in the same concert?
Not a word, as far as I can recall.
But weren't there planning sessions or something?
Gavin took care of all that himself.
Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her.
As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that.
Lemur's hearing is very sensitive. She can remember him if she heard him. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof. We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it.
Oh yeah, there was a mistake, but blaming on gunshots is just an excuse.
What do you mean?
The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song, a missed cue. So, she just flubbed it up, big time, that's all. She spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid, and cover for her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her, if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time.
Darian, watch what you say. Lemur's an artist. He just flubbed it up? That's no small accusation for a performer of a caliber.
He got you too, alright. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious. It's way over my head.
I'm detecting a rift in the governor's ranks.
Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick.
Actually, I was there too.
So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots?
Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you.
I guess you and Lamier got the same excuse then.
We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room in the third set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots. Machi heard them too. Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them. So how do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? We have them. That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think.
I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think that Diva heard me in that room.
I'm back to relying on Lamier's testimony. As much as I've enjoyed the Darian and Forehead show, there's no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo.
This mean the Gavin and Darian show's cancelled?
Neither of your claims can be proven or disproved. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere.
Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This courtroom will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts.
New facts, huh? He's pretty eager to paint Lamier as a liar, isn't he? Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. This is tough. What do we do? I've got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did. Okay, let's see if we can use the firecrackers yet. Is that? Not there. There it is. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial.
What things?
The first was this small device. That's the remote trigger igniter. Correct. And one more thing.
What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope.
Pieces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. The report that it was something like a firecracker. How did Gavin know about this? What, you think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning, before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually.
What decision is this, Professor Gavin?
I arrested Garion as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set. Could have been 2 firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control.
You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. The explanation there seems a bit too convenient to me.
How so?
So you're saying these firecrackers just happen to go off? Right when 2 witnesses come walking by?
That's right. Darian was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then? Oh, I know! The headset. If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man? Ah! We know why. How do I explain this? You may not look it, but Darian's a gifted detective. Show any weakness and he's sure to find it. You may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man. That reminds me, I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the third set. Something odd? A headset, the kind all of the band and staff members were wearing. Ah, that's right. We picked this one up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if the headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway. Even if we were out on stage. So Gavin helped this time. Pfft. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Air Forehead. I have a question for you. Huh? For me? Igniting the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix and you can fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. Ah. You've raised the possibility that the gunshots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. Huh? He wants you to prove the things went down in the second set, while our little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin? Indeed. If you can't prove that, then to continue this cross-examination would be pointless. Very well. Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set? Yeah, I think. You'd better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through. It can be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness your testimony if you would. This isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof and fast. Heh, you ready, kid? 'Cause I am. Alright, press it. But the gun... Oh, yeah. It was during the second set. Do you have proof? Okay. But the gunshots heard during the third set could have been... What? Some kind of setup? I've heard that one before. We need proof, Apollo. We need to prove that the shooting took place during the second set. Well, if you know how to do that, I'm all ears. Maybe the gunshots are the key after all. What do you mean? Well, Lemire said she heard them, right? Right in the middle of her illusion when she was up above the ceiling. But she forgot the words of the song, yeah? You can prove the gun was shot right when she missed those lyrics. We're home free, I'd think. True, not easy, but true. Is there somewhere to prove that? Let's take a look through our evidence. Maybe there's something in there. Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me? Try to refrain from private discussions during cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. Sorry. Just let me take a quick look through the court record. He's pretty eager to paint Lemire as a liar, isn't he? Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. Oh, he told us already, okay. Shooting took place during the second set. If you're so sure, let's see your proof. Okay, let's see here. Save. Whoa! It goes off right there! It's already lighting up. I never noticed that. It's already lighting up. I never noticed the guitar was already lighting up at that point, right? You never noticed that before. Okay, so, okay. Just look at this. Alright, that's how he would lose his keys, because he would take Gavin's keys, yeah. Who else could get to them? Alright. Give it a shot, here we go. No. 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 Can we examine these? Wait, yeah. So, you think this was some kind of firecracker? Yeah, or one of those noisemakers like they shoot often on New Year's. Did you know that in China they use firecrackers on New Year's to scare off evil? So it's kind of the same thing. Really? I had no idea. Well, did you know this? It takes more than 500 peanuts to make one 12-ounce jar of peanut butter. At least my useless fact had something to do with the evidence. I don't know how that would prove anything right. The mixing board? What? Okay. It seems there was proof left behind. Oh! The gunshot's gonna be in it. Cause I'm like, wouldn't the gunshot be in our headset? Here comes pleasure. Here comes pleasure. There it was. Yeah, there it is! It's in her voice thing because she's track 1. There it was! Yeah, there was the gunshot. Oh! I was wondering about them. Like, why didn't no one hear it on your headset? Because they did. It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamior's song! His song? What exactly is, device thingy? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just use this and don't get me started on a gramophone. This device was used to record the performance part by part. What? What? You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lamior's voice included. Oh! Oh! What does this prove? According to Lamior's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words of the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. Oh! How are you supposed to hear the gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? Have you forgotten, Dedian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh, we were all deeply involved in that performance. But Lamior's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. Then let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now. Lamior stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshots. There. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with Lamior's vocals. There it is. I did hear something, faintly there, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. It's flopping. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set. Which means Lamior's testimony was true.
Order! So, she was telling the truth about what she heard?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Lettuce.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch, now. Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Cassandra, you weren't on stage in the second set. You could have done it.
But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't two bullets fired from this weapon?
Lamier was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. He must have not have been close enough for her to Mike to catch the first shot. But then she was pressed. Especially when she passed over the dressing room. The gun fired again, and Mr. Lettuce's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescend? Once again I'm reminded of something. Huh? A performance that day.
Your performance?
Here it comes. Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Forehead. What is it with you? What is it with today? Problem after problem. Don't. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that, Second guitar. It was you, Darian. I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that.
Yeah, well, You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Lettuce's 45 caliber hand cannon. As you have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait. You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? That's not where I was going with this. I thought he had to hit the switch at that moment when he was playing.
You're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Cassandra. I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearm training. Plenty of it. I'm no amateur.
The standard for sidearm issued the police officers a 38 caliber weapon. Much tamer beast, although the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Lettuce, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim.
So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. So is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescend! What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey you, attorney!
Huh? Me?
Exactly which piece of evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. You have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a 45 caliber kickback. I wait for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can line up your little weak piece of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. The defense's argument, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescend. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it.
Proof of innocence.
Come on! Why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him?
It's time for that egg.
A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Lettuce had not been to our country before?
According to our records, yes, not even once.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great, now I need to find a motive. We know what it is. But Apollo doesn't yet. Time to press the boy. For a manager, sure, but Mr. Lettuce was...
Oh, right. Sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? And not a very good one, seeing as how he got wasted.
That's pretty dick. That's a fellow officer. That's cold, Doc.
Not that it matters either way. They had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was.
But that's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him.
Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it.
Darian, you're a detective with international affairs.
Yeah, what of it?
Even if it was Mr. Lettuce's first trip to this country, you still could have met him prior to the concert.
Huh?
Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs?
That's right. Well, Detective Crescend. That's your game, is it? Guess I'd better confess then. Confess? Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas.
What? But you're international.
See, me and Plains got a difference of opinions. We don't like each other much.
My condolences there, Forehead, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country. I can guarantee it.
As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well.
That's so unfair.
How could I possibly know her manager?
So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert?
Fraternize? I don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see...
You sure about that?
What? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations. I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget what you're accusing of what? Who you're accusing of what?
If what? Perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah?
Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know.
So he's using his motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. Objection! Oh, we're going with this, okay. Your Honor, take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like candy.
It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescent, ever seen this?
Looks like a piece of candy.
What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? Never seen one that color.
It is a variety only found in the Republic of Pagonia. Nowhere else.
Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Lettuce, does it?
It does. Wait, I think it does.
You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, well, silk out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? For what?
Apparently it is most efficacious in treating a disease thought uncurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Pagonia.
Whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering. We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact.
What?
That's why. There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out onto the black market. It caused quite the commotion in the global community. Though the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol.
Right. The victim, Romaine Lettuce, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescend, you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that's misleading. Romaine Lettuce wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent.
I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder.
Oh, so I was going to sell it on the black market, make myself a pretty penny. Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony. About this smuggling of cocoons business.
What? Alright. Cocoon smuggling. Wasn't expecting testimony for this.
International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them to the black market, too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs, I know the deal. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Lettuce undercover. You kids think of the craziest things. But no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky.
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm going to find out what. Well, we know what it is. Cocoon smuggling. That memo. That's how you knew about the cocoons.
Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now.
You had to know about the cocoons to plan this.
Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I'd never heard of them.
Well, Lamior knew about them, though not their use. My reports indicate that there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know they're illegal to export, that's it.
Then I have nothing to be embarrassed about after all. You can't say people like me who know about them are a minority, yeah? But that includes everyone in international affairs, man. And everyone in Interpol too, for that matter, yeah.
So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Lettuce.
All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the hot black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that...
Dangerous?
Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketer, or another marketeer might think you're part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed.
But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices?
Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection.
Maybe we could get them to cut his hair too. Who's on trial here again?
Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market.
And that's a bad thing?
Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff.
Which is why you'd know how to find a loophole in the system.
Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off of international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts?
That wasn't what I was trying to, Down, Darian. It's as you say. There are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, and Burgundian customs are all watching.
See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggy that's lap up every word that Diva says.
Why, I oughta...
Out of what? You want some of this?
Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? Screw cool, I want this guy's head on a stick. The replica has to be the key to this motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to. Save. Alright, got no idea. There it is, alright. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would.
How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye.
Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article, that's about the Chief Justice's.
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon. But so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incuritis.
Incuritis? I've heard of that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning.
Ah, why that's the disease that Chief Justice's son has. You weren't saying...
Eyewitness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying... Chief Justice would never deal in contraband.
Not even to save his own son's life.
But even if the deal went through... Why, it'd be an international scandal.
That's Detective Crescen's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice.
Detective Crescent, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler? How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer. Why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof?
Well...
Oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing.
Do tell.
Interpol isn't the only ones out there who watching this. Recording Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Recording Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked.
Press first. Just how strict is this customs check?
Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours.
I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows.
Yes, it would be hard to distinguish them.
That's right, Gavin was in Burgonia, wasn't he? I remember setting off the metal detector several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. Here's a trap tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glamorous fop.
Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot, and then sentenced to death.
That's pretty extreme.
Burgonia has this rep as an idyllic, laid-back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore security.
The Republic of Burgonia is a peaceful, pleasant country. This level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons.
That's the situation. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know.
You're in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling.
Yeah, I need to know a bit for work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Not exactly something you want to go copying. But if you want, I can tell you a few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich. I would be interested in hearing, purely from a legal perspective, of course.
I weep for our judicial system. Replica has to be the key to this motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to. I'm lost now, I don't know. Gavin's guitar? Actually, there is one way.
What?
One way to get something out of the country, no checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor? I don't believe it.
Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. That's why he burned the guitar! What was it that you told me yesterday at your office?
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamior.
How did it end up here?
I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made it a present for me.
So this guitar is from Begonia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamior's studio. Use a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence.
Oh!
They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
That's why he burned the guitar. He got the key so we could open the guitar and get the egg, to get the thing out and then put the fire thing in there. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched?
Right. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Begonia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. You think the guitar was...
With cocoons, it would have been easy. Very easy. Use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Begonia.
What?
Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin. That guitar had some work done on it recently, right?
Work? Good memory, forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this in fact. An igniter.
Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if the igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? You mean?
He means this, of course.
There's a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use picky Prosecutor Gavin's privilege guitar as a mule. I know better to do that than someone with access. Like a member of the band.
Yoke!
He's got a lot of hair.
Order! So the igniter was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems.
It was a safety precaution.
A precaution?
Forehead. Oh, it was still in there.
At last, it all comes together.
Every strange thing that happened that day. Here to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lamior's ballad, if you please. Yay.
First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case.
The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Lettuce.
Mr. Lettuce, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. But Mr. Lettuce tried to examine the guitar himself.
If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot.
It's over! Press the switch, now!
The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then... Mr. Lettuce died.
With Lamior there to witness it.
Here's your case. Problem.
Brilliant, man. Detective Crescend. I gotta know, you make all that up on the fly. A made-up story? It makes a great deal of sense, Darian. Republic of Begonia. Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Ha! Let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh?
It's not so hard to imagine. You had help. I brought you an accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lemire heard proves it. Yeah, there it is. Because we found the switch at the piano. You made that transmission from the backstage.
Well, your co-conspirator was on stage. But who was it?
This is it, the coup de grace. And for once, I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned, with a great accusation comes a great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, you'll be harshly punished. Penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who is the smuggler's accomplice?
No one other than Machi Tobaye. There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. And that person's the defendant, Machi Tobaye!
But Mr. Justice, he's your client. A defense attorney accusing his client, that's a new one.
I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Lettuce. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime, but that little boy's going to death in Burgonia.
Indeed, the defendant is Burgonian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Lemire?
He couldn't have been.
Well, you seem sure of yourself.
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works at to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Now think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lemire was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Lemire could have done the deed.
No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised, making it too high to reach. Prosecutor Gavin and the Lemire stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, there it is. The remote couldn't have worked from Lamire's position in the air vent.
Oh!
Well, Detective Crescent, what do you have to say to that?
Your Honor? Yes, Detective. Can we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time. Well, I don't see why not.
Well, what? Don't tell me he has a way out of this. Or we can get that thing I noticed. Here it comes. There it is.
Too bad, so sad, punk.
But punk? First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo.
What exactly were we supposed to see in this video?
The problem isn't that in what we see, correct, are you?
Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians after all.
Here to explain for us non-musicians?
Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the wee pianist to set off that igniter. That right?
Yes.
Well, in order to do that, you'd have to press a switch. Am I right?
Okay.
Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano.
Piano? If he doesn't miss a beat while he's doing it.
What seems to be the problem there? Piano sounded just fine. And that's the problem, man. You still don't get it? Ah. Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You've got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva.
I'm your.
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Ah. The accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press a switch.
Oh. Rabble. The piano plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch.
Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
What? Well...
It's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong!
Everything makes sense. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... strange? What's strange?
No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there.
Odd?
Mr. Justice, if Machitobie didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice.
You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Is the defendant Machitobie the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give it some thought.
Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined. I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to press that switch. Well, you'd better find a way to prove it. What do I do? There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd. Wait a sec! What? You thought of something? What was Gavin saying just now? Strange? What's strange?
No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there.
Not much to go on, but it's all I've got. What exactly did you hear that was odd?
Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this? Can you prove Machitobie pressed that switch? Let's see your final answer. Can you prove that Machitobie pressed the switch?
I can prove it! I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible.
Then as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Forehead, you sure about this? Accept it. There's no evidence, man. Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. On what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed the switch?
Mixing check. Go. Oh, I just saved on the wrong file. Whoops. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music?
Let's listen to the piano part around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flame. With it isolated, you can catch it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there, he stutters.
I hear piano being played.
But doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Simple?
I think I know what he's suggesting. I think Machi could have played that part with one hand.
One hand?
He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could have played the piano with the other.
What, so you're some kind of piano savant?
Actually no.
Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know! Hey, Trucy! Yeah? You got something? Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist, could he... Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had 3 hands.
So sorry. So sad for you.
No, not really.
Huh?
That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way.
Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or 2? You can't.
I admit it will be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand.
How do you know that?
The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song.
No way. Well, it seems we've come to a moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. It was the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flame.
Machi was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it. What? Oh, thank God they split it up. Okay, alright, I'm just gonna present this apparently.
That's the section? I'm afraid I don't hear it. What's your opinion as an artist, Prosecutor Gavin?
It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics are outstanding.
I take that to mean there isn't a problem with this section at all.
Wait, so what was that odd thing that you haven't heard? Which was pressed in the first half of the second verse, right? I know, I just need to find a place to compare it to that. Your Honor, if you'll give me one more chance, I think I can find it.
Suppose we don't have a choice. Very well.
There's a one-handed part? Alright, well, there's another part that does it. Will it be in the first section? Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now. Just what it was that sounded odd to you.
As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Fair Forehead. Realized what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the "but a fleeting melody" phrase. Okay, this is a bit much.
Man. How many times have we had to listen to the same thing?
You're right, enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we?
Another section?
The guitar bursts into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to "Oh, that night in your embrace." I have no idea. I have no idea what we're doing here. I have no idea because I have no musical ability. Apparently that proves he can do it one-handed?
Play verse 2 again.
There! Did you hear that? I didn't! I have no clue!
They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different. What?
Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. Oh, it's missing the note. Okay. You have these 2 hands to play that for sure.
Oh. What's that prove?
I would think you'd know about that by now.
This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. The two verses had different arrangements. Happens all the time.
Not this time, Daddy. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background.
Oh!
That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked him myself. Ask yourself why Machi changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch.
Unork. Unork.
What the hell?
Order. I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin.
Yes, quite. Though personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment.
Eh.
What? No comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up.
Very well. Barring any objection from the prosecutor, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter. Good show, Sleeves. No, great show.
It's not over? I don't like it when he looks so happy.
You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing.
Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Airforehead. Huh? But me? Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts don't check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts! Anyone could see it was him.
Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
But...
1,000 facts might point toward the same conclusion. But without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it.
It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present. Oh, I think he did. Oh, I think he did. We already would have seen it a long ways ago. It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
What? The truth is staring at us. The truth is staring all of us right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Apollo, remember what Daddy said? It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darren Crescent's igniter and set it off. Oh, there it is! I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter. I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark would turn into a wildfire of emotion? Won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal.
So, can I get back to work now or what? It may look like I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney. Very well, Mr. Justice. We've come to this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter.
Huh?
Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes, good guitars are kept dry. Is why. It provides the most sound. Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plant has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning.
What?
Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands and for good. Go for it, Apollo.
What, and this igniter's supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney.
Oh, the better. I'm rather fond of poetry. And I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Therefore, you are accusing this man, Daddy and Crescent, of two crimes. The murder of Mr. Lettuce and the smuggling of a Burgonian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
This trial has already run on for far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be the last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darren Cassand.
Okay, this is really my last chance. The key that will take apart Darren Cassand's plan is... present evidence. The defense is prepared to show the court evidence.
Be my guest. Be all of our guests, Mr. Justice. Show us the evidence supporting your accusations against Darren Cassand.
The switch triggers an igniter. Too bad, I was hoping it was wicked. Alright, okay. Can I just push this?
This is your igniter? So exactly how am I supposed to react to that?
Heck, he's not flustered at all. Pick the dud.
The your poetic tale ended up to be mere fantasy. It only bites, Mr. Justice. Penalty!
Ow!
Suppose we should let you try once more. That's the basis of your accusations.
Alright, okay. I just want to push the... I was hoping you just had one on him. Alright. Yeah, I went with the keyring. Alright, okay, let's try a witness. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence.
Huh? So what is it?
It's true that I couldn't show decisive evidence. But perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else.
You mean a witness?
Proving his guilt is a tall order. And I've got just the person to do it.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Cassand's guilt?
Machi? One person who can prove Darren Cassand's guilt is the defendant, Machi Tobier. Okay.
Your client again?
Alright, here we go. Machi Tobier was an accomplice to the cocoon smoking plot. Without him, Darren Cassand could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Lettuce was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Vergonia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would, no doubt, also find inside the burnout guitar.
Ah, very scientific of you.
Thus, if Machi Tobier acknowledges his agreement with Darren Cassand concerning the attempted smuggling of Vergonia cocoon, the case is solved. It is? It is? Darren's laughing again.
Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to.
Why not?
The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling.
It'll kill him, that's why.
What's this about?
Taking a cocoon out of the country means death. By Burgundian law. Ah!
Yeah, see? Our pianist really was a smuggler. Then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking.
But you're wrong, Detective Cassand.
What?
It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble.
How?
Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Burgonia. And the broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Burgonian cocoon.
Yeah, but...
But if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Burgonian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here, not now.
Yeah, but you can't do this! You can't accuse me!
Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but he's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial. The same goes for Machi Tobier. Cocoon smuggling, your entire plan. Machitobie knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling! Still don't have him beat?
Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace, a hidden mansion, real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? Or no, a house made out of pianos? Come on.
That's his play now?
Please? Don't...
He lost. They're making money as a band. What does he need money from Cocoon money for?
Darian, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked.
I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession. Oh, he's laughing again. There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. He's making good money. What did he do that for? Really? Easy money?
Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
Then you'll talk. You tell this court everything.
I didn't want it to turn out this way. But I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime.
Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know? There's no reason why you should hesitate now.
I knew from the beginning, I knew.
Machi.
Situation I cannot explain, but money I needed. Very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in the court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However, it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard. Another case of this sort will surface. We may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machitobie.
Yes?
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Lettuce, this court is prepared to announce a verdict.
What the balls his eyes?
Thank you.
I only lie, but you see truth, you find truth. His eyes are scary.
That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Machitobie, very guilty. Not guilty.
Yay! Who's doing the confetti? What the hell?
Court is adjourned. Getting the hell out of here to watch my friend's son die now. Ugh.
July 10, 4:42 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I wonder what'll happen to Machi. Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Bergonia, so he's going to jail. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well. Yep, Phoenix. Daddy! I owe you both my thanks. Lamior? My, is something wrong? I'm sorry! Machi was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do, yet something got a hold of him, something evil, I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Was he gonna try to get money for her blindness or amnesia? Is that not how it should be? I'm still sorry. Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation. It was my suggestion, actually. You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny. I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. According to the doctor, Lamior lost her sight due to some kind of accident. Accident? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I had been running from. I was scared. You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight to the truth. If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting. Painting? That's right, she's the landscape painter in sound after all. I will paint the two of you, I promise. Is that gonna be the end credits? Woohoo! I can't wait, Lamio. I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what? You reminded me I needed to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. Right, your secret mission. Apollo, Trucy, hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet, me too. The end. Nope. And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on until it came to an end. Thanks to the trial, the Guitar Serenade was a huge hit. Rescue to Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say about that to that guy. Next time you write a ballad, have them catch the killer at the end. The end. Alright, that's it. No presenting evidence this time? You always present evidence in these things. I assume Machi was trying to get money for her, to get her surgery or something. Although she's making a fortune already. Alright, so that right there is the game. Next time will be Turnabout Succession. But that right there is the game for now. I had fun. Hope you've been watching. That's what's all about it. Having fun. Let's come by and see you next time.